What's up? What's up? Looking at the FXI. Something going down in China. So what I'm looking at, or what I'm suspecting, or what I believe could be occurring is stage 1, stage 2 breakout here in China. So the chart we're looking at is a typical money flow chart, right? This is what you'll normally see if you've read any of my books, these indicators, moving averages, all that shit. We're going to take that down for a second. And what we're looking at, man, and you notice the chart's a little jumpy. China likes to get a little jumpy. We're looking for this. If I can start to see this pattern emerge in price. Hold on. Making some coffee. Start to see this little pattern emerge in price. That's what I'm looking for, man. That's the money flow. So as I watch these different asset classes patiently every day, watching, waiting on this price movement for it to move and set up just right, just fucking perfect. Waiting. That's what we're waiting on here. Perfect. And you know, I'm watching it go through its little phases. And it'll break out and it'll run. Then it'll break down and it'll run. Then it'll go sideways, you know? And then it'll break out again. And it'll run. I don't know how high or how low or how long or when. I just know this is what happens. So, once I understand that, and I'm looking for this pattern of price movement, right, and I remove being right. What I'm looking for is to accumulate, right, or take my position in this stage 1. And that's going to happen after price sells off, and then it puts in this time where it consolidates, begins to move sideways. Now, most people can't see or have any fucking idea what I'm talking about here, okay? When they see this, they're not seeing that in their mind. This is not how they're approaching it. See, they might not see this, and they might not see sideways, but I see sideways, just very clear. Like, that's all I see. Is it moving into this point of sideways, where it forms this box. And the box gets tighter and tighter and tighter. It implodes and extracts on itself. And you'll see it build and then break. And when it breaks, it'll keep going that direction. What's in motion tends to stay in motion until it's hit, you know, like Newton's first law of motion, until something of an equal or opposite force hits it, right? So when wind or a bomb or something explodes, it pushes out, and what? Gravity starts pushing back against it, and based on mass and, you know, size of the explosion, all that good stuff is how far it can push. Storms. Well, this is a fucking storm building. And this is what happens with tornadoes. And if you watch, they watch patterns in weather. In weather, they're watching patterns. They're watching the sky, and they're looking for a fucking pattern. And it's not based on politics or what's going on. It's based on the pattern of weather, that weather sets up. And it looks the same every time there's a tornado. It looks the same. And they don't know if there's actually going to be a tornado, but when there is a tornado, this is what it looks like. This is the fucking measurement. This is the wind outside. This is the barometric pressure. This is what's happening. And there you go. That's it. That's all I need to know, right? Did it look like this last time? had to get some coffee, man. I got all excited about China, and I didn't make any coffee. And so these lines, we don't even really need them. But when you see convergence of the lines, it's an important concept inside of the money flow. This is like a minor tenement. This is like fucking taking, in a religion, there's about 8, 9, 10, 50 different things, right? There's shades of fucking gray. There's rules. We, on the third song, we sit down and then we do this and we raise our fucking hand and we back up backwards and then we bend down. Like there's a pattern in which we approach our belief systems. And it's the same in trading, man. And so you can trade in a state of fucking chaos, not knowing what you're doing with no plan, just randomly fucking going to Reddit and watching things and just, I think I'll just push the button. You could do that. Or you could stalk shit and wait for setups, watch sectors, and just wait because tornadoes look exactly the same. It's what tornado chasers do, right? They go to the area when it sets up just right and looks just right, and they get the cameras and they get in the car. Why? Because it's a fucking pattern that's in the universe. It's a pattern. Now, Science of Getting Rich says if you do things in a certain way, meaning a certain way, it looks the same every time. Like it's a pattern, it's duplicatable. So if I'm investing in real estate, they kind of all look the same, right? It's the same deal over and over. If I sell a car, it's kind of the same blueprint, same introduction, same sales process, same paperwork is the last guy that bought a Corvette. Same for this guy. Fill out this form, sir. So there's patterns to all this stuff, right? And so as I begin to watch these different stocks, check in on technology. Maybe I just went over everybody's head. This is what's called resistance. It's one of the 6 components of the money flow trading system. Is this idea that price has memory. And this is where I lose most of you. Now we're going to do fucking voodoo, magic. Look where price stopped back in January. Look where we stopped today. And look where we stopped today. It's magic. How did it know to stop there? Did you get a phone call from the government and they said, please don't buy anything in your E-Trade account here, please, because this is where we stop? Did anybody get that call? Did you get an email that said don't buy? Then how did everyone do the same thing at the same time, man? Why did that happen? We don't know. I don't know why it gets dark. Yeah, in Texas, right before a tornado, sometimes it'll just stop blowing. Sky will get fucking yellow. And you know what's coming. You don't need to be a meteorologist. Why? Because it does it the same every time. Like that, you need to go inside, dude. Like that's what that looks like. Well, when you begin to become intimate with these charts and follow it and get into the 4 stages of price movement, and as you watch price move up and down and move forward, you can begin to see and you go, hey, yeah, you might want to get inside on this one, bro. This is about to break out from under you. This could be a stage 4 decline. Or, hey, you better look out. It's about to break out. This is what it looks like, you know. And so that's how I begin to approach it. Like system is fractal, man. We don't know direction. We just know what it looks like. And whenever you get convergence of moving averages, you get changes in sentiment, right? When they change, when these minor moving averages, these are like minor apostles, man. These are minor. These little red dot ones and the blue dots, 5-day, 10-day exponential moving average. Look how fucking wide apart they are. Look how wide apart they are, right? Whenever they get wide apart, you see a pulling back. They get pulled back. Price is constantly pulled back to this green line. It can't get that far from it. It's attracted to it. It's like a black hole. It's like an energy sucker. When this thing gets too far away, it sucks the energy back in, pulls it right back to the green line. And then it goes too far ahead, and then it gets sucked right back to the green line. Then it goes too far below, and then it gets sucked back to the green line. And this is how price moves, man. It's not mysterious. What's mysterious is when people think they know where it's going based on some bullshit they concocted in their brain. Had a young kid contact me today and say, don't you think once the economy's open, everybody has their money, that everybody will pull their money out of the stock market and then the stock market will go down? I was like, did you come up with that all by yourself? Were you sitting in the car and you were drinking a Slurpee and you had your great economic epiphany of how the stock market would crash. I was like, dude, if it worked like that, everybody'd be rich, man. It ain't that easy. Price doesn't move based on logic. You can't sit in there and think it out like, I think 8 million people will think like this. Like, we don't know, man. We don't know why people are going to do what. We don't know what Biden's going to say, and that's why price moves, man. Moves up and down, up and down, up and down. I always love those big theories. I get them all the time, every day. Do you think because of the Biden administration and the tax code, the blah, 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 and they have some thesis on fucking why the economy's going to crash and stocks are going to go down, and it always changes. This is the weird thing. It's always a new catalyst. Same story, new catalyst. You know, we're always running out of oil, but for a different reason. It's always something, man. Other than just randomness. In other words, I really don't care why or what for or what does it matter. Now, nothing. I'm not saying don't read on that, don't study on that. People confuse when I say this. Guy said the other day, why I don't understand why growth stocks kept going down, but big cap tech stocks went up, the S&P went up, because look, these are going up. Why did these go up, but other stocks didn't go up? Why? I said, what does it matter? It don't matter. So you know the answer. What are you going to do with that? It's after the fact. And so what are you going to do? Next time that happens in 8 years, you're going to do something? No. You're not. So it doesn't even matter, man. It doesn't matter. What matters is what stage you're in. That's what matters. Now, it doesn't mean don't go learn and study that. I'm always just trying to drive home points. So this is technology. Where's Tesla today? Tesla's in the news. It's right at its 20-day moving average. Where are we at in Tesla? Let's back up this chart. So I'm long China. I've been adding, probably be adding today. Let's see. Let's look at Tesla. This is where we're at. Just big picture. If you're looking at the chart of Tesla, what do you see? Like, just big picture. Just going up. Right? But if we're looking at the money flow, you're like, oh my, we don't have any lines. We don't need any lines to see the money flow, man. There's your stage 3, right? There's your box. That's your stage 2, right? We know this is stage 4. So we can begin to put the chart together. This is how you should do it if you're trading inside the money flow. Like, you got to start putting the chart together, man. Right? Where's our extreme low? It's our pivot point, right? Right here. Now, if we're looking at that, let's leave the changes on there. You're going to notice this line at the bottom. I don't talk about this much in the book. I had it in the original book, and I took it out because I find this indicator confuses people. The only thing I'm looking at, when I look at these other indicators, what's going on here? Hold on. Come on. Shit locked up on me. Is this free? Bro, you're looking at it. You didn't pay anything. It's kind of a dumb question. Is this free? Come on, man. If you're going to interrupt me, ask me something smart. Like, why are we wasting all this time? Come on, man. I'm having some stock charting. You get a chance to talk to one of the great traders in the retail, and is there free? That's what we're going to ask them. Instead of what stock to buy or... God damn. Something's going on with the stock chart. God damn it. All right, now that you've wasted everybody's time with your brilliant insight of questions, if we're looking this and we're backing this up, man, We're trying to figure out what stage are we in, right? So if we're following the money flow, I'm trying to figure out. So when I go look at a chart, what stage is it in? 1, 2, 3, or 4? If you can look at that and determine that, that makes shit easy. It makes your decision making a little bit easier. So this is all I care about. I want to buy stage 1s when they're worth stage 3 prices. This ain't a complicated setup. I want to buy stage 1s when it's worth at the stage 3 price. So if I'm looking at a stock, I need to think it's worth more money. And then I wait and I want to capture it on a stage 1. It ain't complicated. But what people tend to do is try to squeeze their bullshit into this, not go let this bring them shit. It's take their bullshit and squeeze it into this. No, we want to watch this and then make moves on that. Make sense? Because it's coming at it from a different direction. My man says sushi. We're looking at sushi, man. Let's look at sushi for a second, now that you fucking interrupted me. Let's see. What is the ticker on sushi? What is that ticker? Hold on. What is it? Is it SUSHI? There we go. It is sushi. All right, now that you took over the class with your questions, if we can look at this, can we tell what pattern we're in? Of course we can, man. Of course we can. A little hard on this chart, but let's put it on here. Now, on a lot of these cryptos, I might be much more inclined to drop the time down. I've been thinking on this and watching this for a while. Now that he hijacked our class with his fucking question about sushi, if we go down to a 4-hour chart, right, and we're using all the standard indicators of the money flow, some of these altcoins, you'll get a better flow of price. Now, remember, the money flow is fractal. Fractal, meaning it works on any time frame, 1-hour chart, 5 minute. What it doesn't work is if you fuck around hopping from hour to time to time to time, because you'll get conflicting you can have a stage 4 decline on a fucking 5-minute chart, stage 2 breakout on a 1-hour chart, and then if you're trying to compare that to the daily, it doesn't make any sense. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. Like it doesn't. You need to pick what time frame you're operating on, and that's the time frame you run the money flow out of. Now, some people will be like, "Well, I'm extremely smart, Gerald, so I'm going to look at the daily, and I'm going to take trade signals on the lower time frame in that direction." You can do that. Let me give you a little hint. That's how I day traded. That's how I day traded, dude. So now you hijacked our class with your fucking sushi. So if we're looking at this is a stage 4 decline, but it's breaking out, right? We got support here. This is actually a pretty good chart, and I'm long this. That's why I'm picking on him. It's all right, bro. Pinning a pow. So we got 3 points of contact, which is strong support, right? I'm long sushi, by the way. You didn't think I'd just let that dude roll up and hijack the fucking class. You don't think I just randomly pick comments to talk about, do you? No, man. Come on, man. So this is a double in the crypto market if you're paying attention. Most of you probably don't even have a crypto account. You're like, my thumbs don't work, and I can't set it up because I don't know. This is what people do. But I don't know how to do that, Gerald. I know, but you just click your thumb. Like you type your name in the box. That's how you set it up, man. Guy says, well, I live out of state and real estate is expensive in my area. Yeah, you know what you can do? It's called a syndication. If you go on Amazon and you type in real estate syndications, you know what's going to come up? Watch this. Hey, if you haven't click my link there. You can get my books, newsletters, and all that stuff. But let me show you something, man. Let me show you. I get this question all the time. And I know it's because you just don't know. Like, I didn't know one day. I get it. If we come over to Amazon, watch this. Let's type in real estate syndication. And now we start looking. You know what real estate syndications are? This is like how you get invested in apartment buildings. Like, you're not running the deal. This dude's running the deal. And there's all kinds of these. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of syndications all across America where you can invest in apartment buildings and all kinds of shit while living in California. And you can do it with your thumbs, right from your smartphone, man. Some of them you can get into $5,000. $5,000, you're in an apartment building, man. So all you motherfuckers out there selling weed, driving for Uber, you could be storing that cash in apartment buildings or crypto. You could be buying sushi right now. So sushi's in a stage one. Their support, our target, $22. That's a 100%er, right? I mean, that's easy, man. Solid support there. This chart doesn't flow, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a tight chart. I mean, it did back here, I guess. I shouldn't say that. So stage one, though, if we're watching the pattern and that we believe things go up over time, which is what you have to believe in the money flow. If you don't believe that, you can't trade the money flow. You're fucking kicked out of the religion. Like, you don't get it. You're not in. You don't get in. If you don't believe that over time assets go up, you can't play this game. You're all fucked up in the head. You can't play, right? Like, you can't do that. Like, you know, like Dave Ramsey's group can't do real estate very well because you have to pay cash. So they don't get to play much. Like, you have to, if you have rules like that keep you out of the game, meaning you don't believe that over time assets go up, then you're going to have a very hard time playing this game. Because that's kind of our backstop, that good companies, good stocks, good assets go up over time due to scarcity. There's only so many of them, right? Let's check in on Bitcoin while we got rudely interrupted. Same thing, super bullish, back above support. Support was broken. This is super bullish, man. I talk about this all the time on my Sunday lives. There was support level. Our concern was if that broke, it was going down to the next one, right? Down there. I think everybody pretty much agreed this is probably where it was going. And then, there was probably another one in here. Right around in there. So, but we believe over time, Bitcoin's going up. Why? Because it's an index of scarce supply. So as this is the reason. It's called inflation. And more people are born. Shit ain't complicated. There are more people on earth with money. And there are less stocks. So as people buy the index funds, invest in their retirement accounts, and buy shit and just live, there's less. And so right now, the reason housing prices are going up is because lumber companies stopped, shit stopped. And so now there's a limited supply. So prices of houses are going up, right? Guess what? There's less Bitcoin. It's going up, whether you want to buy it or not. Stocks, same thing. Now, periodically, it'll sell off, periodically. And here's the rules that we do with the money flow, and this very clearly illustrates it. I assume it's going to where it went before and stopping. If that breaks, I assume where it went before and stops. And if that breaks, I assume where it went, and I just keep assuming that, right? And that's where I assume. And so that's where I begin to look to make my trades. Well, if that breaks and goes to here, then I wait like a shark, waiting to what? Make my trades. And what I'm waiting for, stage 3, stage 4, stage 1 setup, what? For the breakout. So I'm trying to catch the one and get in before the breakout, right? That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to play the right side of the religion, man. This is what I'm always worried about. This going up, when it goes up, makes money, there's nothing to worry about. Just let it be. It don't matter. Like, ignore that. Fuck that stock. Just let it go. You don't need to worry about that stock. What you're looking for is over here. The breakdown, the sideways, you're watching the box. Now, the lower you want to, two ways to play it. In the book, I mostly teach the breakout, right? Price closing above that 20-day moving average helps us see the breakout. That's technically not a breakout. Technically, a breakout is price breaking above the box, right? So if we're looking here, but for simplicity purposes, this is back to China. You thought I forgot about China, didn't you? Come on, man. China made its first break here. This is super common, right? Where we have to do it 2, 3, 4 more times as we make that sweep. It's called swing trading. As we make that swing around, right? So is it, if you don't notice, it swings around here and then it swings around here as it runs, as it teeters and moves up here, and then it'll swing back down here, right? And that's how price moves. But over time, what does it do? Let's back it up. Let's go to the weekly. Look at this, man. If we back it up, and we're just going to look for the low point on the chart, and we're going to look for the high point on the chart, and how do they connect? Oh, shit. So on the weekly, it went up. So each one of these bars is 1 week. But inside, as we're inside the week, right? So this sell-off, what does that do? That sets up for us, right? For what? For another run up, right? So every one of these setups, right? Every one of these sell-offs, what did it do? It set up for the run up. Did it not? Now, these are weekly. So we just backed up, man. These are a weekly chart, man. Come on, man. Man, come on, man. You stay with me. I lose people here, man. This is where it gets religious. This is where we got to go, like, you got to go into the chart a little bit. You got to go deeper. You got to begin to see the big picture. Pillar number 7, right? Focus your time and money. But we got to see the big picture. And if we back up and look at this week. This is a Monday through Friday, meaning in China, this is China. It don't matter what it is. Just work with me. This one happens to be China. But on that day right there, that was Monday and that was Friday, and they had a great fucking week in China, right? That's a breakout, man. Price exploding above that green line. And as long as it stays above it, look what happens. It just keeps going. Yeah, it's up, downs, up, downs, up, downs, up, downs, up, downs, up, downs. But it just goes. Stays above it. As long as it stays above it until what? It doesn't, right? Now, this is a weekly. So the signals aren't as powerful because the flows, this is a weekly chart. So it gets a little weird. We do our analysis on the daily, but the concept is fractal, right? We said it worked on a 5-minute, back it up to a monthly. What do we see on a monthly chart? Well, let's find our lowest pivot point. Where's our lowest price? Probably here. And where's our highest price? Right there. And if we draw a line to those, holy sheep shit, Gerald. Are you saying if you just keep going back and you draw, this is going to keep happening? Yes. Yes. Meaning before you played this game, we played this game. 2 years ago when you weren't playing this game, we were playing this game. That needs to sink in, what the fuck I just said. So when someone shows up in basketball, they're a rookie. Right? Now, what happened yesterday don't really matter to them. They're playing today's game. But the history's still there, right? So a guy may step in playing this game right here. And it's all fucked up for him. Like, he's like, oh, it just went straight down. Yeah, you just got in. Like, you just got into the game that's been underway since before you got here. It doesn't give a fuck about you or your age or how much you have or your race or what you're doing. This is the fucking natural cycle of the market. It goes from down to up over time with moments of sheer terror where things go wrong and stocks sell off for irrational fucking reasons, political reasons, viruses. I mean, it could be anything, man. So if we go look at where we at, man, now I'm getting mad. Now I get mad. They should have told you this in 6th grade, man. Why the fuck in 6th grade didn't they say, hey, did you know that common stocks of good companies over time go up? So why don't you go do that? So we saw DraftKings. This is DraftKings. Notice the green line. Notice the green line. The green line is at 59.72. Where's the price of DraftKings? You even care? Man, I got guys worried about what's on fucking Sports Center tonight, and we got DraftKings. I mean, some sports that could make you rich. Some sports that can make you some money. All these people watching sports, this is why we get paid on this. This is the thesis behind this, right? This is one of the preeminent access with your thumbs. I can push my thumbs, and I can bet, and I can fucking gamble, and I can just spend my money on nothing and bullshit. And because there's so many people willing to do that, we can get rich. You understand that? Like, you should have about 10,000 fucking dollars in DraftKings right now. I don't care who you are. Go drive for Uber for the next 12 fucking days and put it all into DraftKings. Like, do something that votes for you. Do something that's going to help you, man. Fuck, go broke for this. Go broke buying stocks, dude. I meet people all the time, they're in debt. Go fucking in debt for this. Go in debt for real estate. Don't go in debt for dumb shit. You know, I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like when you begin to switch your fucking vision, DraftKings can make some people a lot of money. This is why Kathy Woods is in there buying it right now. We could say the same about Coinbase. I don't have a position. I was going to get in the other day and I didn't. I think we still got plenty of time. But remember, I told you, drop this down to like a 4-hour or a 1-hour chart, whichever you're comfortable with. We could take it to a 1 hour. Let's see. Yeah, it's just not doing anything yet. But you could start buying some. But man, buy a bunch, dude. What if you bought a bunch, man? Fuck, dude. I'm just saying, man, there's so many things right now. Let's look at Ride, dude. Man, I've been buying the fuck out of this stock. If you go to my newsletter, man, I'd be trying to give this away too. This is me talking to me, man. I don't give a shit if you read this or not. How about that? Did I tell you that? I really don't give a fuck if anybody looks at this or not. My newsletter's for me. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if anybody else is too stupid to buy these things. Like if you don't think, if you haven't paid attention to electric cars or where the price of gold is or where Bitcoin, fuck you then, dude. Like be broke. Seriously, man. Like when you start trading, you'll understand this is an equal opportunity fucking platform, man, because it doesn't care who you are at all. Male, female, doesn't give a shit if you're gay or straight or white or black. The stock market does not care at all. At all. If you're a single mom or having a bad day or a good day or you're 16, it will pay the 16-year-old the same way it'll pay a 90-year-old. If you're in it, when it moves, you get paid. Like that's how it works, man. It is fucking amazing. And so so what I do when I come in here and write this down, this is me talking to me. So I'm posting this. It's called a fucking vision board or on you come in my house, this is what you see on my refrigerator. And they say, why is this there? My wife says, what is this? Because we're buying a shit ton of this. We are buying these stocks. That's what we're doing as a family. This is what we're doing. Our time, talent, and treasure are buying these stocks. Not a little bit. Every time you reach in and get a fucking beer, you see this picture. What does that mean? Tomorrow, I'm looking at stage ones. I need to get money in here, man. Right? So I'm telling you, this is how I do this. This is how I do real estate every day. You see me posting on Instagram. It ain't fucking optional. So today, I'm going to go work on today, I'm acquire stocks. I'm looking for taking profits. So I've been downsizing out of, let's look, man. What have I been selling off? Pepsi. Why? Coke. What side of the yellow line is Pepsi on? It's on the wrong side of the yellow line. I'm trading what? I'm trading the left side, right? Meaning I want to be a seller up here and a buyer down here. Oh, you guys thought I played around with this shit, man. You thought I was playing. People buy the book and sometimes I think they think I'm joking. They don't think, you mean he's got $1 million doing this? Yeah, dude. While you're fucking around, I'm trying to buy shit tons. I want to make lots of money as price moves. So I want to be a seller of Pepsi here and a buyer of Pepsi here, right? Does that make sense? Why? Because it's undervalued here. And so as I begin to watch the money flow, I don't need to think about anything else. So that kid has sent me talking about the baby boomers and the coming of the age. And what in the fuck are you talking about? You think for a second you can sit and contemplate and think higher thoughts and then just that doesn't make any sense at all. It's not even how the market moves, man. That's not how the market moves at all. You think that's how it works? Man, if it worked like that, Ray Dalio wouldn't get 10%. He's super smart. There's a lot of smart people in the world and they go broke. Why? Because it doesn't move based on rationale. So if we look at Ride, and I mean, I could be completely wrong on this, but what side of the paradigm of the money flow does it look like this is on? What side are we engaging right now? Does it look like it's starting to form the right? It looks like it's starting to, but these are the early days. I could be early. I thought it was doing it here, and I got people in and we went lower. Yeah, that's a possibility. Whenever you're on this side of the green line, listen up. You're taking the most risk possible. That was setting up as a box. Look, everything was saying it, and it didn't happen. What is that? That's a false fucking breakout. But you know what? Every tornado looks exactly the same. This is how weather people are able to predict the weather. And guess what? Sometimes it doesn't happen. It goes lower. What do you do then? I don't know. Put up the umbrella. It didn't rain. You got a couple options. If your thesis holds true and you think these things are worth $26 or at least $18, maybe stay with it. Let it come in. So we began to use these stage ones as zones of accumulation. We get another one. Shit, let's put some more on. Why? Because we're looking to sell it up here. Shit, that's a big ass move, right? $10 to $18. I've been buying that this morning. I don't know. Maybe you're fucking worried about what's for lunch. You think we're going to eat tacos today or are we going to have hamburgers? Let's see. I wonder if my wife is mad at me. You think that girl has big... Like, these are the things going through people's minds, dude. Like, just all kinds of crazy shit. We got to switch your mind to where you're worried about ride. Let's see. Uh-oh. $20. Holy sheep shit. These guys think it's worth $20, man. Oh, not this dude, though. Morgan Stanley says sell it. We might go look at why does Adam say sell it? What a dick, right? So now we got to go. We got one guy didn't agree with us. All right. That's cool. When he comes around and changes his mind, it's going to push it higher. Man. Yeah, so I'm going to get rich without some of you on this one, I bet. So that's ride. What else could we do? We got workhorse. Oh. Oh, my God. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. This is all I think about, dude. I'm going to be over there working on drywall today, and this is all I'm seeing in my head. This is it, dude. I'm completely fucking obsessed with this. Do you see it? This is the stage one of the money flow, man. It's just now happening. Stage two is just starting. Like, this is in real fucking time, right? So back up, man. This is man. This is where I start getting mad. None of my friends got this, man. This is why I had to go to Instagram. I had to take this shit to strangers. Jesus had to leave Galilee, man. Nobody was listening. He couldn't. His friends and Jesus' friends were like, bro, you're not the son of God. You got to stop saying that. You can't. You were born here. I went to kindergarten with you. You are not Jesus. Like, that was what happened, man. And he said, I got to go. Nobody here will listen to me. So I used to tell my family, my dad's a computer programmer. My dad's an early coder, man, from the early days, like 1970s, worked at IBM. He doesn't believe in this. He thinks it's mumbo jumbo. I used to try to get him to want to program it. And then I began to work with other programmers, and what I realized is computers are kind of dumb, meaning they're really smart. They can calculate math, but guess what they couldn't do? They didn't have the nuances. They didn't have the ability to watch and see different sectors and decide on weighting. I guess someone smarter than me could probably combine the computer. So you remember we were talking about price has memory. So when it breaks up and runs to the previous top, I assume it's going to go where it was before, and I assume that's where it's going to stop. So I began to make my trade decisions on that. And so that began, my target started here because the RSI, right? So as we look at the RSI indicator, right, tells us when to sell some. And it's not so much a selling as a downsizing. Why? We're letting pressure off, man. That box, this was telegraphed. Shit, it told you that over here, bro. Look, it told you 2 fucking weeks early. Too high. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Too high. And then what did it say when it's too low? Boop, too low. And price goes from too low to too high to too low to too high to too low. And I said, since nobody else seems to know this, maybe God told me. Maybe I got to leave Galilee and go tell other people because these motherfuckers aren't listening. And people said, well, that's not possible. How could an unknown person from nowhere fumble on, put together patterns and create a strategy that seems like it works? Like, how is that possible? And other people didn't do it. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I read this thing, and then it dawned on me. We ain't been eating sandwiches that long. But we've had bread and meat forever, right? Meaning at some point, and this is not a comparison, but like everything in the iPhone existed. And then it all existed in one. Right? Steve Jobs didn't invent shit. He just put a bunch of shit together, right? He didn't invent the phone or the camera, the recorder, or the cam. Like, he didn't invent any of that shit, man. He just invented how to put it together, man. So that's what I began to do in a tiny Shitosi kind of example of a tiny bit of that, in the sense that I began to read all these books of price and how it moved and how over time, due to inflation, less and less stocks, less and less share count, more and more people and more money, that over time prices tend to drift higher. And so what I needed to do was always take advantage of the sell-offs. And if I took advantages of the sell-offs and that I knew tornadoes and the patterns of the universe were as clear in these charts as they are as you're driving down the street, or as the sun begins to set and the sky turns orange, you can look up and you say, oh, based on the time of day, blah, 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 this happens all the time. We make an assessment, right? We can make an assessment. And as the moons and the cycles and these things play out, guess what? I began to see that in stocks, that this patterns of repetition would play out, and I would just begin to trade stocks around that idea, man. Oh, it's so deep. I wish I could share it with you. It'll sound crazy to you, though, if I set you down and talk to you like that, man. All of a sudden, these charts start talking to you. So as we watch this and we're looking at the indicator list, some of you need to go to work, man. What are you doing listening to me? This 5-day, this 10-day, this 20-day, if you have my boot camp, we get a little more intimate with these three. This is super important. If you want to learn where I got this from, it's from a day trader named Brian Shanahan. Let me show you his book, man. Now, you better not buy this book before you buy my book. But if you already have my book, then you should get this book, and you're going to be like, oh, Gerald's not as smart as I thought he was. He just learns things and puts them together through trial and error. What an actual concept. Brian Shanahan. What is this book called? What is it? Trading in multiple time frames. Can't even remember now. Oh, there it is. He said I quit my job to be here. Now, if I give you the 6 books that I credit for helping me put together the money flow, when you read them, you're going to be like, oh, I get it. I get what he's doing. See, I stole a piece from each one of these. Brian Shanahan is a day trader. I don't day trade. I think it's fucking stupid. Now, there are some people who can pull it off. I said it's stupid for me. It'd be about as dumb as me trying to be a pro golfer or for me to try to play in the NFL. I can't do it. It isn't conducive to my mindset. It's not conducive to my lifestyle. It's not conducive to how I like to make money. It's not how I see the world, okay? I see the world in a big picture, and I see the world as in patterns. And if you notice Brian's pattern here, it runs up, it goes over, and it runs down. Now, Brian believes that the market moves in 3, and now he's a day trader. So what you could be looking at there is a 5-minute fucking chart. So when Brian looks at a chart, he's going to say, am I in stage 4? Am I in stage 3? Am I in stage 2? Stage 2 is moving up. Stage 3 is topping out. Stage 1, or I forget, I think he calls it a little different. I have 4 stages. He has 3. But he's looking at the same thing. And what Brian really drove home to me was, you look at the alignment of these moving averages. If the 5 and the 10 are on this side, it's bullish. Just let it ride. And then create automated ways to say, take the trade down. For me, that was easy. Wallace Wilders gave me the RSI. That came from an old book, okay? And you may come across it different ways, but I got it out of a book. And all it was a number calculation where they calculated from 0 to 100. And then whenever it would go too far, too fast, over the last 14 days, it would signal. Markets don't tend to keep going. That usually caused a pullback. But what it allowed me to do was an automated way. It didn't matter if it was the top, but it was an automated way to cause me, to force me, to make me downsize trades. Because the further price got from this green line, the more at risk you are as a trader of it coming back. It is attracted to it. But at the same time, if we catch a runaway, we want to let it run. You remember this is where I got my watch. This is right here. Massive run, man. So when you put $10,000 into this trade and you make $230,000, you don't give a fuck about day trading ever again. Because while this was happening, when this stock went from $5 to $32, and no, NIO is one too. What if we could catch those bad boys? As a group, how do we catch those? That's what the Money Flow Trading Society was about. This is why I don't just let up anybody in there. You're like, hey, I want to get in your group. No, I don't know you. Fuck off. Like, seriously, who the fuck are you? Like, sometimes people act like I'm supposed to just, hey, well, here's some money. I don't know you, man. Wasting my fucking time. I'm trying to get rich. I can't get rich with a bunch of bitches and crybabies and people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. I need people with ideas. Like, that's ultimately what I'm looking for, dude. I'm trying to get rich. I don't know what you're doing. So and guess what? If you want to get rich and I'm in there and I'm in your ear telling you, what are you doing, dude? That's not the fucking rule. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a coach in there, this is how I talk to me. So if I begin to systematically put my trading together and hold myself accountable to do it and to follow it, then I don't have questions when this is running. I let it run. We have rules and we just let it go and go. We take some off, we let it go. And then the moving averages start to come together and we know what to do. We downsize the trade, right? We have procedures. And as a group, as people, just sometimes being on another team will make you get up earlier, even though they're not watching you, because you know you're part of that, right? Oh, my goodness. You get what I'm saying? Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, man. How much more exciting is an NFL game when you're at the game with a bunch of other fans? Right? It's fucking amazing. Same thing. Have you ever been to a UFC fight and those other guys there rooting for your fighter? It is the ultimate fucking of Roman. I don't know if you're a dude, man. If you're a guy and you've ever been to a UFC, I mean a big fight too. Like I paid $2,000 to sit ringside to watch fucking Chuck Liddell and who else was fight. It was literally like being at a Roman gladiator. Like I can't describe the feeling that you get for a moment. It's like that. When you begin to trade like that inside of a group of this is what it does for me. Not that extreme, but it allows, I don't know, for me, it has. That was my ultimate goal inside of the money flow. It wasn't to have a bunch of people. Like, last thing I want is like 10,000 people. There ain't no way 10,000 people are smart. Impossible. You're going to have 9,000 idiots, 1,000 people trying to get rich. Maybe 300 of them could pull it off. Maybe 100 of them are actually fucking, can bring something to the table, a little insight, help you catch some breakout. I mean, the list gets narrower and narrower, right, of people that are fully fucking on it. So let me give you an example. Crypto. This is Polo. It's breaking out, by the way. I got a big position in this. Again, we're going for $24, by the way. I don't know if you see in between the lines. What's up with Solo? We're long. What's up with DraftKings? Very long. Like all of these, dude. If you go look on my newsletter on, where's it at? So I post my trading log. I really don't give a fuck if you even look at this. It's for me, okay? Now, obviously, I use it as a tool to help people. But I want you to understand, and I'm trying to emphasize when I say dumb shit like that, I'm trying to emphasize you should have something similar, even if it's in a notebook, even if it's printing off mine and writing that shit beside it. And did I not update this? I apologize. I keep it updated on my end. Okay, yeah, I did. Closed Pepsi, closed Proctor and Gamble, sold half of Coke, adding to all trade positions. Do you know what's happening there? Rotation. Money's coming out of these stocks that ran up, and it's going into these stocks that did not. Now, could we fuck it up? Could the rotation go bad? Yes. But what happens? Let's look at Proctor and Gamble. Right? I'm out of Proctor and Gamble. Why? It looks like the beginning of a stage 4 decline to me. I don't know about to you. Stage 1, stage 3. Right? We bought the one. We moved up. We sold it. We started taking it down. Now we're out. Right? Could it hold here and go for another run? It could. It could. We could be ready to get back in. You know, I got to think that through. But right now, look, everything's pointing down. 20, 10, 5, all pointing down. Shit looks like it did over here, right? Looks like it did over here, right? So where was it going to go? Shit, I assume it's coming down to about right here. And then when it gets here, what? I'm going to look for it to set up as a stage 1. And I fully anticipate the RSI will be maybe down here, man. Like, that's just the way it moves. I'm out unless it changes. Now, if it gets back up in here, this could all be reset and we'd be looking at something different and the world would be looking different then. But that's where I'm at on that. So I got out, made my money, right? Did it on, where are we at on Coke? Sold I'm out half of Coke. Why did I not get out of all of Coke? It's still above the 20, baby. Like, it's still bullish. This don't look like Procter and Gamble. Look, the moving averages haven't crossed. That don't look like Pepsi. Look at Pepsi. Pepsi looks weak. It's already closed below the 20. So what am I using there? That's gray area, man. I'm making a decision. Now, is Pepsi holding the box and holding support here? It is. But I bought it for what I bought it for. I went on margin. I borrowed money. I backed up the truck and borrowed money to buy this stock here. Now I'm getting out. That's called a swing trade. Completed swing trade. And you say, but you don't do that on all of them. I know. You got to plan the trade. What's the plan? Previous high, right? Boom, right there. We're done. I'm out of this trade. This is not a core trading position. Why? It's Pepsi, man. The reason I was buying at 129, it was trading below the 200, which we're going to talk about in the new book. That's super important. These are no-brainer trades, dude. No-brainers. This is where you start buying call options. I mean, when you get these stocks like this, we had Walmart as one. Remember I told you the 200 days to target? You start buying your call options. Oh, does this work with call options, Gerald? Yes. Stage 1, you buy the stage 1s with your call options, you gambling junkies, and you set your target for the 200 day, and you wait to get paid. And it works so well. If you're buying it on an extreme after a big sell-off when a stage 1 starts, and you start getting these, that's when you buy your call options, and you set them, and you sell them when they hit the 200. You degenerate gambling. Now, I like to play options too, so I'm just teasing there. But that's where I like to buy options. So if you say, what about up here? Do you buy options here? No, I don't buy options there. It's already took off. You already missed the move. The volatility is already happening, right? So where did we buy Budweiser? You notice I rarely buy options. Why? I only like to win. Let me say that again. You said, what do you mean? I only buy options when I think I'm going to win 100% of the time. Like, I want to be that certain. You ever watch Billions and he says, how certain are you? And he goes, I am not uncertain. What does that mean? That means it's the most certain he can be. So when did we buy? Where am I looking to buy them then? If I'm buying them on Bud, big stage 1, I'm on the extreme, price is undervalued, goes sideways, stage 1. That's where I want to buy call options. You say, Joe, but you don't teach call options. I know. Because if you understand the fucking money flow, you understand call options. God damn. Like, it's already been given to you. Like, you already got the key. I already explain it. That's why I don't teach options, because I already teach it. Like, it ain't that complicated. What you're talking about is the mechanics of what month to buy, right? How far out. That's not hard, man. Just think on that shit. How much room do you want to give yourself? But that's not what that can be learned. That's just the mechanics of what is a golf club, what is a carburetor, how does a shingle work, what kind of refrigerator is this? Like these are just mechanical components to the business. What you need to fucking learn is the 4 stages of price movement and discipline and entering and what a stage is and what is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. When do you take profits? What is support and resistance? What is a moving average? What does it mean when the indicators diverge from price? That's what you need to know. What does it mean, moving average, convergence, divergence? What is a fucking divergence? What is that? When you know that, then that other stuff is easy, man. Buying, it gets easy. Whether it's crypto, it don't matter what the fuck it is, man. It's all the same. Look at, now I'm getting mad, dude. It's a breakout Navi right now, right? $400, $436 a coin. I talk about this all the time, this 3-prong support. When you get this stool effect, called stool because there's 3. Any more than that is even greater. But these are such strong levels. When you get number 3, you buy on the 3. These are no-brainers. No-brainers, whether it's stock, crypto. When those third ones hold, these are no-brainers, man. That's your day right there, by the way. That was you buying on Friday night. Oh, man. I wish I could sit with you. I wish we could get started. We haven't even started, man. I haven't even fucking opened up yet. We got to do the opening to the thing here. Like, at some point, I got to teach you guys to trade. Let's see. At some point, we got to get serious. I wish you guys were serious. Look at Budweiser. I just print this shit. Where's VLDR? Come on, man. I've been giving you this one. Look at this. Look at this pattern. If you don't, come on. Oh my God. Look at this. This used to keep me awake at night. Look at this. Look. Where do you think it goes? Oh. It's too much, man. It's too much for my brain. It's too beautiful. It's too beautiful, man. You see these pictures, these girls on Instagram, they think, oh, she's so hot. No. This is hot. Look at it. From the high to the low. This is hot. Like, man, I'm telling you, man. When you get this pattern and you begin to merge this RSI into there and these levels of support and resistance and where price is in relation to these moving averages, holy shit, man. The world, I mean, this is bullish as it gets, right? Like this is headed up stage 2. We are already on this though, man. We're buying here and then here. So this is just, we're just letting this roll now, man. Like this is just gonna roll and it's gonna make money. And when it gets up here, people are going to be asking me, you think I should buy this stock? And I'm like, no, man, let me sell you my shares. Because we're exiting out. Because we went from an extreme low now to an extreme high. Right? Now, here's the thing. They're not all going to follow this pattern perfect. But if we're trading 20 or 30 of them, we get real good at picking stocks. Like, we get real good. Like, we want to trade the best of the best, you know? We start kind of doing that game. Look at Roku. Look at Roku. This is stage 2. Roku's underway, man. I'm long Roku, by the way. There's our breakout. There's our target if we're swing trading. Oh, my God, man. Look at IMVT, man. I've been putting money into this one. This is a long stage 2, man. You should get about 10 grand in this one. Look at this. This is a double right here, man. This is a double. Ace says Viacom. Thank you, sir. Ooh, yeah. So this is one we've been stalking, right? Oh, look at this. Now, these are tricky. as we've talked about, that's a big fucking stretch, man. Look at that. Don't step in on that. We know the rules, right? We let that shit come together. And where's it been coming together? Look how easy this has been. Pow. So if you're in this, Ace, I know you're in the green on it. I mean, you're probably going to have to use this box here. I think getting back up here is a little unrealistic. Damn, you done fucked me up all day. Now I'm going to be thinking about this thing all day. I know. I'm with you, Gage. Gage says, I need more money. I know, man. I walk around and people are like, hey, how you doing today, Gerald? I'm like, dude, did you see the workhorse chart? That's what I'm thinking. Plumber's talking to me. I'm like, man, that's what I'm, let's see. I got 2 bathrooms going in right now. I just finished one. If you're watching my story, I'm framing it. I finished framing it in. It was already framed in, but had to drywall it in. Now I'm going to put the trim up today, hopefully get that shit done. The whole time I'm doing that, man, I'm thinking about this EV trade. I'm listening to shit. Like I'm trying to get my thoughts in line, my money in line, my targets in line, the big picture in line. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking on that shit. Okay, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm playing this out in my head. Let's say it sells off. Where do I think it'll go? Right? What is my plan of attack there? We got the battery angle of it. That's drifting higher, right? We got NIO angle of it. That's definitely, this was a no-brainer we talked about. This is no-brainer going higher. This is slightly connected to China breaking out, which I'm long China right now, right? China's breaking out, and we got these, like, this is exciting, this is exciting, dude. I mean, we got a lot of excitement going right now. I am super excited right now. So if you're just getting going, here's what you do, man. Don't worry about these prices. So you see that 47, right? You need to play that trade. Let's say you've never traded ever. I get this a lot. And the guy says, is your book for beginners? And I say, listen, if we were going to play golf, I'm just going to hand you a golf club. Can we just start there? I don't want to get you baby golf clubs. Just take these golf clubs and just swing them bad, and we'll work on your swing. You get what I'm saying? Don't put training wheels on it. Let's just fall down a little bit. And sometimes I think they get it, and sometimes they don't, meaning there is no, I'm a beginner, I don't know shit golf club. There's just golf clubs, right? So my point being is just open the brokerage account. Don't overthink it and be like, well, I want the easiest one on planet Earth because I don't know don't think like that. Just say, okay, what kind of account do I need? And they're like, well, you need a brokerage account. Okay, cool. E-Trade, Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Vanguard. Do you prefer one? Yeah, I use E-Trade. Been using it 21 years, does everything I need. Well, why? Look, I just told you. I've been using it 21 years. It does everything I need. That's it. Don't make it any more fucking complicated than that, right? Or whatever. Go open one. Don't say I need one with pretty buttons because I don't want to have to read words. Like, don't make it so dumbed down. Just make it, I'm going to start. And then go, okay, for this, I'm going to need 3 shares. Why 3? Well, we need to buy 1, buy 2, and we need a chance to add. And then we're going to take it off 1. We're going to take off 1 at the RSI, and then we're going to take off 1 when it breaks down. So at the minimum, I need to be able to make entries, not one buy, entries. So I need, what's $47 times 3? I need $141 to play this game right here. And we're going to set one target here, meaning you're going to buy 1 for 47. You're going to sell that bitch for $50. That's only $3, you say. I know. If we add a 0, it'd be 30, and another 0, 300, and another 0, 3,000, and more, it'd be 300,000, and then 3 million. And some people will make 3 billion on the same trade that your limited little mind makes $3. So keep that in mind, okay, when you're smoking your pipe. Think about the numbers are unlimited, meaning if you can make $3, if you got it in you, if you believe that deep down inside your heart, you could follow my strategy and that you could take a $47 risk and flip it and make $3, If you felt like you could make $3, you know that could be $3 billion. But the trade gets different, right? Why? Because the downside. So we got to find an equal, we got to find a middle ground, and maybe it's $470. So now you got 10 shares, and you're going to sell 2 here, and then 2 here, and then 2 here, and then you're going to exit out, and maybe you're going to hold a quarter of it as you play this game. You know, you could do that with stocks. I do that with stocks. So I'll buy in increments of 4 so that I can hold 1 to the downside. Does that make sense? So let's say I'm playing Tesla. And let's say when I see this, I'm downsizing, right? To what? I'm trying to get to that 25% or 20%, whatever your core is, right? So as it moves higher, I'm downsizing the trade so that when it rolls over, I'm down to the core to what? Let it ride down to do what? Let it set up, what? So that I could then begin to what? Put it back on so that I could do what? Take it off. Oh shit, Gerald just described swing trading. Mind-blowing. Wait. Oh my God. We just did it. Together. Let's see. We're breaking out. Biotechs are breaking out, baby. They're slowly. Where's CBay? Where's CBay? You know, we're long the CBay. We're long the CBay. Sorry, I got a little weird there. Hold on, man. Let me log in a second. Make sure I ain't missing something. You guys are fucking me up. Let's see. Damn, I'm down $400. What's going on, man? Let's see. Let's look at some stocks, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's look at some stocks. All right. So you're probably going to see my largest position right now is AEP, man. And you say, what is going on there? Why in the hell is your largest position AEP? Well, I had been waiting these electrical companies. Now I'm downsizing them, okay? I'm downsizing them. I'm taking them off the table, okay, as we play this out. So AEP. I'm downsizing it. Still got 100 shares, but I had 140, 150. I had like 5, almost 600 at one point of UTSL. So what am I doing? I'm taking them down. They haven't sold off. It's not below the 20. I don't need to get out. It's still my largest weighting. I'm just nickeling it every day. So if I had 150 shares, what is that? It's total at 25 G's in this utility trade. What is that? What was that? At 100 and, what did I say? 100, I think it was 130 shares. I don't think it was. What, we bought that at 760. Yeah, so we've been scaling it off. I'm scaling it off to add to what? These other stocks breaking out. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Let's see. Looks like Romo about to break out, baby. So now I need money to put onto these. And so as these go up, if we get our rotation right, this is how we get ahead, bro. This is how you beat index funds. If you get the rotation right and we don't get bitch slapped and these things break out, now we're ahead. We're ahead. That's how it works, man. Yeah, open. We're in open. All these are good stocks, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, open. Look at this ripping. This is super exciting here because we're back in the box here too. So you could still add to this today, even though we've had a big bounce off the bottom. Oh, look at this box, dude. So our target is way up here, man. So let's look at open. What is open worth? What is open worth? Oh, what am I doing? Dumb shit. Let's pull up open. We're long this stock. $36. Damn, baby. $36. Woo! We're at $22. Breaking out. Stage 2. Damn. What are we seeing? Right there, right? And it all comes back full circle. That's what we're seeing right here. Price breaking above the 20, right? Coming off an extreme RSI after putting in support, building a box, and the MACD rolled over. And now we're moving up. And now what do? We look at the shit in reverse. Now we're looking to take it down in the opposite. So the opposite of everything we just saw here, we want to see up here. Ha! 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 Oh my goodness. Dude, if it only gets to 28, I mean, look at this. That's still a nice move, right? I mean, I got to imagine we're going to get hung up in here. Look at this. That's a pretty solid area where it's built some boxes, you know? This is not the prettiest of charts, so we're having to give this a little bit of room for ugliness. But, I mean, there's a lot of boxes in there, man. So it wouldn't surprise me. This is what I used to call these junk areas. And what I mean is, yeah, there's movement above and below, but it just becomes like this sticky area, this junk area, you might call it, because they're kind of like junky moves. I don't know if that I make up a lot of my own words, man. But as we move higher, it's probably going to get caught in that area. For all traders using T2Trade, tip ranks free with your account. That is true. E-Trade gives some free too. Yeah, my man Gasing is 28. Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to be taking her down at $28. And maybe you like this stock, right? So you buy 100 shares and you're looking at selling a third there. And then maybe you get another little boost, you sell a little bit. And as it goes to roll over, by the time it breaks down, you're down to a core position. You let that shit come in. And then it only pulls back to about 24, and over time it marches higher and higher and higher, and that's how you trade Amazon from $50 to $3,000 with it, baby. So I've been trading Facebook for 10 years. Facebook's $300 today, but 10 years ago it was $30. So if you trade this stock from here on out, instead of being a little bitch and moving away and getting and I had to give my money to BB and I had to close my account and I had to BB and BBB, and your life is so fucking fucked up and you have to keep closing your account because you can't keep it open. You can't stay with these stocks because you're so undisciplined. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. So right now, and you say, what do you mean? You mean Uber could be a $300 stock? Yes, yes. But you have to unfuck your life. But Uber could go from 57 to 300, and it could do it without you. It could do it without you. It likely will do it without you. Because your fucking girlfriend will tell you what to buy, what to spend your money on, or your boyfriend. Or you'll fucking take out a loan, right? You'll go to Cabo. Oh, I'm gonna go to Cabo with you ain't got 100 grand, but you're in Cabo. You ain't got $100,000 in the bank, and somehow you're on vacation, dude. I don't know how the fuck you guys do that. I don't know how you sleep, dude. You don't have $100,000 in your trading account, but you're on vacation. How the fuck does that even work? Like, seriously. I cannot comprehend. I cannot comprehend that shit, man. So sell that bullshit to someone else about you need a break. Fuck out of here. And you're under 30 on vacation. I have no idea what you're doing. I don't know what planet you're on, and we definitely aren't on the same mental level or the same game level or anything. You're on a whole nother fucking easy planet. The idea that you got time to be there while your competition is eating you away. Man, you could have put that shit. Imagine every vacation you've been on the last 10 years, you put that shit in Bitcoin, you'd be a fucking billionaire right now. And don't believe me? Go look. Go look. Goddamn. Like, there's 20 assets like that. People, and I'm not grudging people going, yeah, hey, if you made it, if you're doing well, if everything's great, go. Shit, I don't know. Maybe you ain't trying to get rich. But all you guys are trying to get rich, I mean, I don't know. All I see is a bunch of bullshit, literally, on everyone. Like, just fucking playing bullshit, all kind of excuses. That's what I see, man, on most people. That's why I stopped letting people in the Money Flow Society. Too many fucking bullshitters, man. All full of shit. like full of it. Not even following stocks every day, man. Full of shit. Now, some people, I'm not saying all people, but I'm talking about like 90% of people. Most of your friends are dumb as dirt, man. Just stupid. Think they're smart. Think they got shit figured. They don't. They're all fucked up, man. They got all kinds of money problems. Most of the shit they own is going in reverse. All the cars are going down. I don't care what car you own, it's going down, dummy. Tomorrow it's worth less. That student loan's going up. Interest being accrued is going up. All those days where you're not making money, that's inverse wealth, dude. That's reverse. It's going against you in reverse. So I'll meet people. Now, I'm talking extreme, okay? I am. I'm talking extreme right now, but I feel like if we back up 1 year during COVID, a lot of people that I had a lot of respect for were in a total fucking panic. You know why? Because they had been lying, because they were full of shit. They didn't have their buckets right. They really don't have any money. They've been bullshitting. And then all of a sudden, they couldn't work. And then it was a real panic, right? But now they've forgotten that. And they're all back to doing the same bullshit they were doing before. War chest ain't any bigger. Asset class ain't any bigger. And they got time to relax, man. I had a buddy of mine just going, what the fuck are you doing? He is no richer than he was before COVID and now after. Just bought a new car. Everything he's done has gone the opposite way. Every move he has made him less rich in 5 years. Less rich. Increased his interest he pays to the banks. Okay, that's the opposite, right? Didn't increase cash flow in the sense of passive investments or dividend. Like if you do that, fucking week after week after week, you will be broke. You will be broke. I promise you. Now, let's say you're good. I'm not talking to you if you feel like you're good, but let's say you're behind right now. Like I talk to people all the time, they're broke. They're broke. All you have to do is have no unproductive days. That's it. That's it, man. I did a video on this a while back. Just have no unproductive days. Never. Don't have one fucking day that you're not productive. I don't care if it's for $1 an hour. If every day you're productive, you will not stay in that situation long. It is impossible. The only way to get in that situation is to have a lot of unproductive days going the other way. That's it. And if you do a lot, it's the same secret at the gym to trading. Look at this breakout right now happening in DraftKings. If you buy all of these from here on out for the rest of your life and accumulate this and downsize when it's extreme and add when it gets higher, and you made this a core position, this is just one stock, one example, and we did this going forward, and whatever you had to do in your life, at that moment, when this thing went into a stage 1, you bought 5 shares, and you just keep doing this for the next 5 or 10 years, you will have $50,000, $100,000 in this thing. I promise you. And you could do it in any of these. You could just do it in all of these. People just have massive days of unproductivity. That's it, man. Just too many hours of So what I try to do is earn 24 fucking hours a day. And you say, well, that's not possible. Bullshit. I woke up today and had dividend payments. Now I'm doing this, right? I'm gonna collect rent. Like it's just this constant state. I don't want any unproductive days. So if you're broke, you got to implement that immediately. Now, if you're good, ain't no big deal. I ain't talking to you. I always get the guy who goes, well, I got car payments. And I'm like, yeah, you're worth $8 million. Who gives a fuck? But when you make $35,000 and you have car payments, it's a real problem, right? Duh. Like, this is why I advise against, now we're riffing, but I advise against doing HELOCs. I don't think HELOC fixes your problem. All a HELOC did is give you a way out without you having to do shit. Like the one asset of we're looking at, let's look at a house real quick. If we're looking at like this house right here, right? If I live here and I take out a HELOC, it's not magic money. All I did was increase my debt, right? So I'm buying another house with debt, or I'm paying something down with debt. I didn't make money. Right? I increased the debt level went up at the same time, right? So it didn't do anything. But now let's say this is a rental property. Let's say I don't live here. This is a rental, and I'm making $250 a month cash flow on it, and I go pull equity out, but I keep the loan the same, meaning I keep the thing $250, right? And I keep it at $250. Now, No, now I can go take that money and invest it, and it'll literally increase my cash flow because that money would then be used to put down. Yeah, and you say, well, your debt went up. Yes, but this debt is cash flowing. And so that's what they mean when they say good debt versus bad debt. It's when it's on yourself, it doesn't multiply, right? And now, and there's a whole argument of my point is, don't use your home like it's an investment vehicle, even though, yes, it is an investment. I would teach against it. Use your investments for that kind of shit, right? You want to protect your home at all cost. That's a different game. You want to protect your home, man. Should you sell NIO? Yeah, if you're really dumb, you should. I would sell it, dude. Just be a complete dumbass and sell it. Don't bother reading my book and learning the answer to that question. Just fucking interrupt the whole class to ask us. Let's see. Let's change the whole class to you now. Sorry, I was wanting to teach you something about real estate, but let's look at your problem right now. Let's look at your stock right now. Let's see, should we sell NIO? Because I bought it and now I've had a little gain and I'm so used to losing and actually not making money that when it goes up and makes me money, I get nervous. Gerald, I'm actually making money. You think I should get out of it because I don't want to make a lot of money? This is what people do. Like it actually starts to work, and their fucking big idea is to sell it. Why? We just said what's in motion stays in motion. Rule number 1 of the money flow: where price has been before, it'll go again. The first level's not even to here. So I wrote this book. I don't even know why. I literally wasted my fucking time. Because people will read it and then ask me a question that was at the core of the entire book. It's literally like, they're like, go to church and be like, I don't understand. How do I get to heaven? And they go, well, you got to believe in Jesus. Yeah, I do. But how do I get to heaven? They keep asking the same question, even though you answered it. So price has memory. It's going to go where it was before. So before you took over our class with your question that was so important, it would be right there. That's probably where you're going to stop first, but I wouldn't sell it there. Your next target's going to be here. But between there and here, we got the RSI to contend with, right? It's in the book. So get the book now that you interrupted our class. I hope we could help you, though. We just saved you a lot of money, so you should wait. It's probably going to be about up in here before you're looking at selling it. Let's see. Don't give them any tips, Jada. Don't be protecting people. I get